Assassin's Creed Shadows was revealed a few weeks ago and it made me bust a fat one when I saw the trailer, like, words can't even explain. What better time to not only replay, but re-platinum one of my favorite games of all time, Assassin's Creed Odyssey? So that's what I did, and since I've platinumed it before, I decided to rush through and do it as fast as possible, and managed to get to platinum in 36 hours. Which is actually not that bad considering the trophy guy says it's gonna take like 70 hours. Of course, that's including the cutscenes and just playing the game normally, but I speedran this shit like it was no tomorrow. Anyway, let's get started. The first trophy popped as soon as I completed the Battle of 300, which is, you know, the intro to the game. Then, as soon as the world opened for me to explore after being introduced to Cassandra, I popped the trophy for acquiring and equipping my first legendary item. That's a bit early, but thank you Ubisoft for the head start to my platinum. I continued playing through the story to complete the tutorial island and finish episode 1. I could finally start exploring the rest of the map instead of, you know, just the starting island. So within the next 5 minutes, I popped another 3 trophies, meaning I was doing pretty good on my speedrun time frame. The first trophy I got was for assigning an NPC as lieutenant on my ship. And then the next 2 popped at the same time for cleaving a ship in half and for cleaving a ship in half with an all-female crew. A bit later, I met a woman named Odessa and I figured I had to get into her pants. So I did some chores for her by helping her father and proving her innocence, and then I finally got the chance to bang her. Oh, and also, of course, get the trophy.
Before we get...
After that, I decided to get an easy one out of the way and immediately went back to town to engrave my weapon. Then I continued the story and completed episode 2.
Will have my head for this. I need to get out of here.
As you can probably tell by now, most of the trophies in this game are quite easy. Like, for example, next I went on to bang an old lady, not for a trophy or anything, but because she was looking wild and freaky.
Your husband is tired. Allow me to satisfy your hunger.
After tiring her out though, I proceeded to assassinate a nation leader. I did do that already in episode 2, but you know, the first one you do in the story doesn't count, so I had to find one on my own. The same goes for the next trophy, which is acquired by participating in a conquest battle. I also got the trophy for finishing episode 3.
I'll make sure every single one of these cultists dies by my hands.
The reason I'm not saying much about the story trophies is because, in case some of you haven't played the game yet, I want to avoid spoilers in my videos. Then I upgraded the Adrestia for the first time to pop another trophy. And to be honest, I forgot this was a trophy, so I barely managed to include it in the video because I wasn't recording. Unfortunately though, we missed out on the trophy popping sound. Or actually, thanks to the magic of editing, I can just add it. There we go, much better. After that I needed a break from trophies, so I helped out the doctor with his duties and banged him as soon as his grandmother turned her back.
I can't stay forever, but for now, let me take care of you, healer.
Now that I was back on track though, I got the trophy for completing episode 4, where yes, I banged yet another dude. Shortly after that, I got the trophy for defeating a full cluster of cultists.
Greece is finally free of your influence.
Not only did I complete episode 4, but also episode 5. And then I completed episode 6. God damn, I'm going through this quick as hell. While doing even more of the story quests, a mercenary came after me in his ship, so I sunk it and claimed the trophy for sinking my first epic ship. This trophy is pretty much guaranteed to pop while doing other trophies, as either you'll get it like me, or by fighting cultists, or just randomly meeting one, or whatever. A while later, I finally got the trophy for completing 20 quests on Pefka, Obsidian, and Abantis Islands.
These masked men, they're organized.
I probably butchered those names, but while on one of those... Why is that so difficult? While I was on those... fuck's sake. While I was on one of those islands, I came across the arena, where I decided to get another quick trophy out of the way by fighting a mercenary inside. I then finally got my spear to level 5, which meant I could upgrade an ability to tier 3. I also somehow managed to get the entire city of Sparta on my ass that resulted in me getting killed. All that chaos happened because I pressed the wrong button. Like in games, I usually press L3 to run, so I've done that multiple times in this playthrough by accident. And I did that next to someone, a guard, and then accidentally grappled him. At this point, I saw an opportunity to pop 4 trophies in a short span of time, and I seized that moment like my life depended on it. First, I completed 20 bounties and war contracts found on message boards. And then I caused chaos in a small village and slaughtered innocent people to get the trophy for raising my bounty to the highest level. And fuck me, the amount of mercenaries that came after me, Jesus Christ. I then prayed to the high and mighty Ubisoft gods that I had what I needed for the following 2 trophies. And thankfully I did. First, I popped the trophy for equipping a legendary weapon and 5 legendary armor pieces. And then for equipping a matching legendary armor set. Then I decided to go do some treasure hunting. The first thing I did was to complete all underwater locations. And fuck me, I thought it was like 19 or 21, but it was 42. Anyway, after that was over, I finished Xenia's questline and of course banged her like the gentleman I am. I continued more of the story and popped a trophy for completing the Olympic questline. And seeing as the next trophy fit the sports category, I traveled back to Kefalonia. Do you remember when Cassandra put the first bad guy's obsidian eye deep inside a goat's ass?
Did he say Cyclops? Did he hurt your feelings?
I don't like it when people call me that! I didn't.
But you're so fat. I mean, big and strong. And you really do only have one eye.
My eye. Give it to me. Give it to me and I won't kill Marcos for having you steal it! Give it to me!
You want it? Go get it!
That's right, I now had to go hunting for goats so I could recover said eye. A while later, I finally popped the trophy for completing the longest episode in the game, which is episode 7. Before continuing on with the story, I decided to get another easy trophy out of the way by engraving a legendary item with a legendary effect. Not long after that, I finished episode 8, which was nowhere near as long as the others, and claimed the trophy for it. Mere seconds later, I got the trophy for having 4 legendary lieutenants on my ship. I got it that fast as I realized Roxana from a side quest had become available as a legendary lieutenant. I realized I was progressing too fast in the story, so I decided to do some other things before continuing. First, I completed the questline for Marcos. Second, I played around with some weapons and got the trophy for performing an overpower attack with every weapon type. There aren't that many weapon types, so this doesn't take long at all. I just went to a nearby fort and got it done in about a minute or two. After that, I traveled all over the map and discovered every sub-region to pop another trophy. This trophy can be quite, not challenging, but tedious if you don't know about the tiny islands that you have to get in order to pop the trophy. But you see, I was smart and already got them, a lot earlier, so this went by real quick. Quickly after that, I got the trophy for meeting with Pythagoras and discovering Atlantis. I also felt like going back to school and learn some riddles so I could outwit the Sphinx, which is one of the big mythological boss fights in the game. She just died after I got the answers correctly. Not that they were easy riddles or anything, though holy fuck I had to Google that shit. I went on to defeat another 2 bosses, the first one being... Wait, hold up. Is that my friend Zandre? Oh no, wait, that was the Cyclops, I'm sorry. It just looked like him, my bad. After that, I immediately went on to another island to defeat the legendary Minotaur, which turned out to be a much easier boss fight than I remembered.
I'm sorry I stole it.
Now it was time to finish the story. Easy, right? Of course not. I started the boss fight, which is one of the most challenging in the game. And not only that, but a mercenary came after me, and then another, and then another. 3 fucking mercenaries came after me, and I'm pretty sure another was on the way. And one of them was much higher level than me. My man, I was in the middle of a fucking fight, go away. Anyway, I eventually defeated the final boss and got the last story trophy for completing episode 9 and the epilogue. Now it's time to clean up the last trophies I need for the platinum. First, I tracked down my boy Hippocrates and helped him with his duties, popping another side questline trophy. No, don't worry, I didn't bang the doctor this time. I'm a changed man. I then completed the Daughters of Artemis questline, and you best know I banged their leader, cause my goodness. And then I got to the last 7 trophies, and at this point I saw an opportunity to seize 6 trophies in less than an hour, which was pretty bad considering it was 1 AM at this point. But the trophies were in the palm of my hand, so I had to go for it. The first part of my grand master plan was to return to the arena where I slaughtered my way through the champions to become the champion. After that, I tracked down the last mercenary known as the Legend, and by killing him, I became the first mercenary. Just 2 minutes later, I met with the leader of the cult, but instead of killing her, I banged her like the good boy I am. My reward for defeating all the cultists was the last shard I needed to upgrade my spear, meaning I finally got it to tier 6. I was then very close to level 50, so I decided to do a few more side quests. I think I did 2 or 3, and then I reached level 50 finally. When I finally got there, I used my many ability points on the expanded skill tree to make myself powerful, and prepared my gear for the next boss fight, Medusa. She is, in my opinion, the most difficult boss in the game, though if you know the strategy on how to beat her, it's not that difficult anymore. Now I only had one more trophy remaining, and that is the most tedious one of them all. I had gathered most of the materials needed throughout the story, but I still had to spend another 2 or 3 hours or so running around gathering money and buying the last materials I needed. And then I could finally pop the trophy for upgrading the Adrestia to legendary status. And that's pretty much it. That was the whole platinum journey for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. One of the most enjoyable platinum experiences I've ever had, and I can confidently say that as I've got to platinum twice now, and all the achievements on PC. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for my next platinum video.